Irish-bred Joshua Tree owns a piece of Woodbine history. He is the only horse ever to win the Pattison Canadian International 3 times. And like Oprah Winfrey's audience giveaways, Joshua Tree really spread the wealth. In 2010, he was trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden by Colm Donahue. When he returned to the winner's circle 2 years later, it was under the guidance of trainer Marco Botti and jockey Frankie Dettori. In 2013, the treble was completed. Ridden to victory by Ryan Moore and conditioned by Ed Dunlop, 3 wins, 3 jockeys, 3 trainers, 3 for Tree.
Joshua Tree, the poster boy for a horse for a course. He wins his 3rd Pattison Canadian International.
Father's Day gifts are usually something like a new necktie, some cologne, and a handmade card. But in 2011, driver Jody Jamieson gave his dad Carl something a little more substantial, a $1 million win. Trained by Carl and driven by Jody, 3-year-old pacer Up the Credit overtook favorite Big Bad John in the stretch to win the 28th edition of the Pepsi North America Cup.
Cup 28 on the line, and it's Up the Credit for Jamieson to win by a length.
It was Jody's 2nd win in 5 years in the event, but the first in a cup for his dad, who had come close but never prevailed. It was the last Pepsi North America Cup win for a Mohawk-trained and raced colt until Desperate Man's win this year. The Ricoh Woodbine Mile has become a race marked on the calendar by owners and trainers from all around the world. Not only is it a Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in event, but its home on the lush E.P. Taylor turf course makes it a favorite for European and American horses looking to ship in and steal the dough. So it's always special when the locals can defend their turf, literally. The Canadian three-peat was complete this year by Town Cruise, giving jockey Daisuke Fukumoto his 2nd win in a $1 million race. Fukumoto's first $1 million win came just a year earlier on a horse you just may have heard of. Heading into the 2020 Queen's Plate, Mighty Heart was just an anecdote, an underdog story of a quirky one-eyed 3-year-old with an inexperienced rider. But 2 breathtaking minutes later, Mighty Heart was the talk of Canada. Fukumoto and the horse they call Willie wired the field and etched their names in Canadian racing history.
Mighty Heart, full of heart, by 8 lengths.
You never forget your first. The Arlington Million, North America's first $1 million race held just north of Chicago since 1981, had been run for consecutive years under the shadow of a burned grandstand after a 1985 fire. When the track underwent major reconstruction in 1988, the race needed a temporary home. Enter Woodbine, whose track layout and ability to host over 30,000 fans gave it the nod over Keeneland in Kentucky. Trained by André Fabre, French invader Mill native roared to victory over a star-studded field at 40-to-1 odds, the greatest upset in the race's history. It was the first, but thankfully not nearly the last, $1 million race at Woodbine.
Mill native of France on the outside wins the Arlington Million. Equalize.